Hey everybody, welcome back to Mama's Odi Tarot. So we are doing another industry plant series video on Billie Eilish. This is going to be my second time recording this video because there was a lot of noise in the background in my first one, so I had to re-record it. But I've already got the general gist since, I've already recorded it, but we will just do it again. And just go from there. I already know what's going on, and I have, already have all the questions and everything answered, but let's just do it again. And basically what I got was that, for the longest, they tried to work with Billie to be an industry plant, but, her family definitely motivated her to go that route and things like that. And a lot of her image has been orchestrated for her, but she has no interest in being an industry plant. She actually has no interest in a music career at all. She would much rather be doing the things that make her happy. And she has not been doing so. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been getting from it. I also got that her brother and her have a strained relationship because he seems to want to live vicariously through her music career, and he feels like he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves for all of the hard work that he's putting in behind the scenes when it comes to her career. And so her giving up will be like a disappointment to him, and her not wanting to let her family down and let him down causes her to stay, wrapped up emotionally in this music career when she doesn't even really want it. So that's pretty much what I got. I'm so sad that that video had so much noise in the background, y'all, because when I tell you, I took this deck right here and I read it. I shuffled it and I read it from the top to the bottom. And it literally was amazing. So I will have to just redo it. I already still have it in the order that it came in from. This was the top card and this was the last card, so we will read it again from top to bottom. But yeah, so like I said, is she an industry plant? We have no, rethink your direction. This isn't your path. Getting it all together is all lined up for you. In the formative stages, immature, being hungry, learn from experience, old ways no longer work. Sunny outlook, blossom, open to divine inspiration. Yield is poor, effort is wasted, and uplift your spirits, easy to do light work. So as I said, she always wanted to go a different route. She never felt like that this was her path, to be a huge music artist and be this mega star when it comes to music. Whole time they were always getting this ready for her, lining it up for her, ever since she was a child, ever since she was young in her formative stages. But she's always wanted to just live life. She's always wanted to have something more peaceful. She's always wanted a family, a partner to spend the rest of her life with and have children and really enjoy her legacy. That's what she cares about. Like, that sunny outlook that she has is more about her growing and evolving and blossoming and being a light in this world and enjoying life. And I think it's more about her joy and her peace and her happiness than it is about her actually making music and being in this industry and doing all of that stuff. Like, yeah, she had those experiences from since she was a young age, and that's kind of just not where she's at with it anymore. Like, with this poor, effort is wasted. She feels like she's wasting her time because she's not doing what truly uplifts her spirit. She's not doing what truly makes her happy. She's trying to pretty much please her family. So let's go ahead and read this deck so I can show y'all and tell y'all what was being said. So we had decisions, the truth, and self-esteem. So when it comes to this decision to be an artist and have a music career, she feels like this comes at the price of her living in her truth and being her most authentic self, and that her self-esteem suffers as a result of her making this decision. Even though it's great that she's being received well and that she brings a lot of happiness to her audience and she has all these fans, she's always saying, what about me? What about my truth and who it is that I want to be in the life that I want to live? And I think that her self-esteem is the biggest price that she pays as a result of her having this career. Her self-esteem suffers a great deal. I also saw deceit, loss, and boredom. We talked about, I asked what were some of the struggles and some of the things that she struggled with and dealt with within her music career, and boredom is the card that came out. So she definitely doesn't have that creative spark and that inspiration that she thought that she would have to go the long haul and do this for the rest of her life. She feels like that would be deceiving herself. She would be losing out on her truest self. She would be taking major losses to her personality and her life by doing this. She would be deceiving herself and she would be taking a loss. So yeah, she doesn't want to wear that mask and pretend to be somebody that she's not. She's suffered from, FOMO when it comes to her career, because she's wanting to invest in her business partnerships and keep the people happy, keep her label happy, climb that ladder and do everything that she's being told to do and take their guidance and their leadership. But and be devoted and be that person, especially when it comes to her family. She doesn't want to let them down, but I think that that's caused her to be exhausted and in a lot of despair. And she's been out of whack when it comes to her emotions. It's like she's had to choose between her heart and her talent, right? You see this heart on one hand and the gift on the other. So it's been sad for her. It's been a hard time for her to have to choose between going after what her heart desires and then following her talents and accomplishing what it is that her family sees, because they feel like this is something that she's great at. But when it comes to her gifts and everything, and that is, it could bring a lot of prosperity and abundance, and it makes her family happy. And she just has that weight on her shoulders with the survival here, where she doesn't want to let them down, and she doesn't want to see them not seeing her succeed and be happy. But that's not really what brings her joy necessarily. It's more about finding a loved one and pursuing her ancestors and knowing about her spirituality. Because I also looked into the cards and asked about that situation in Dublin, Ireland, and people saying that she's prejudiced or she's whatever. And I pretty much got that. That was a moment for her to actually be reinvigorated and get some peace. So we'll go into that. But anyways, let me just finish this. Yeah, unconditional love, divine mother, victory, and discipline. So it's like she loves her mother unconditionally. She loves her family unconditionally. She knows that ever since she was a child, she's had her mom, her brother, all these people pour into her and want to see her be great and be victorious. And they've helped her to get to where she is. And she wants to remain disciplined for their sake. She doesn't want to give up because she knows that that's what they want to see her do. But she truly wish she could go after new beginnings and stop holding herself back. She feels like true appreciation for life would be doing exactly what makes her happy and doing what makes her feel joyous, and not holding herself back and restricting herself to what it is that her family wants her to do. She definitely prioritizes what it is that they want her to do with priority coming out here. But I think that she's sort of having an epiphany now, about her higher self, and she's looking at things from a higher perspective with judgment here. She's realizing that she's not truly happy. She's in survival mode. Okay, she's not truly, and she no longer wants to feel shame for going after her pleasures and doing what truly makes her happy. But pleasure and shame coming out here and becoming aware of this with psychic awareness, finally seeing who she is, knowing. It takes a long time to figure out who you are, and for her to know at such a young age and really see, listen, this is not what makes me happy. Like, I want to follow my intuition. I want to do what my inner child, has been screaming at me to do. I want to get away from this unhappiness and the discontent that I'm feeling. That's a huge step that she's making, to conquer her ego and not allow that to hold her back with the competition here, and not allow herself to be running a race that she doesn't even want to be in. Yeah, she wants to offer herself the grace that she feels that she's not being given. She wants to prioritize her physical health and her physical body and the things that breathe life into her, and make her happy. Not to say that she's doesn't want to use her creative energy with this life force, but she wants to do it differently. She wants to her confirmation talk about ancestors and spiritual health and what it means to really be a part of this earth, and what it means to light your own fire, take care of yourself, spiritually, mentally, physically, in all sense of the word. She really wants to connect more with Mother Earth and her life force and her ancestors and all of that. So this is really, really beautiful. Like, the true goal for her is to be happy, and she feels like that all of this accolades, the celebration, all of that stuff, like, it's great, but that's not the thing that brings her the true joy. She's actually depriving herself of her true happiness for the sake of prosperity, for the sake of having money, and she's ready to take that risk, take that leap of faith, and go after her true joy and her true happiness and what it is that she wants to do. She wants to put a lot of things to rest and stop compromising with other people and stand up tall, be strong, be the warrior that she is, and not keep compromising with compromising rest coming out here. Like, she wants to do what makes her happy, and that's going to be to rest her creative side and to, focus on what makes her happy. She wants to put a lot of things in the past with this shadow here. She wants to, you know, focus on what truly makes her passionate, what truly makes her happy. All right, she wants to go towards her inner child, do the shadow work, do the healing, and let go of all of this pain and suffering. She feels like as long as she's doing music and everything, it's causing her pain and sadness, and she wants to put an end to that with death and suffering and shadow. She wants to literally put an end, a death to her suffering. She wants to feel better. She wants to do whatever she got to do, get out in nature, rest, relax, with solitude, release her energy to a tree, do whatever. She just wants to do the healing that she needs so that she can stop being in denial about the fact that she's not happy and life is not going the way that she wants to. She wants to go after everything that she's always dreamed of with this imagination. I see partnerships in love. Like I told y'all, she wants a family. She wants a partner, somebody that she can have happiness with. She wants to be a mother and bring new life into this world with new life. Like, that's her priority. She wants to have a family, okay? And it's time for her to take back control, she's saying, with self-control, and start inventing and creating things for her life. Start going after her purpose and stop living out other people's dreams and all of that stuff, and focus on her own passions and creativity, and doing what really is music to her ears. So I did see new beginnings with the Queen of Gabrielle. So what that was telling me was that she really is looking for somebody to that stokes her passion, that she could start a new life with. Like, she really wants to move on from the past and start anew, and she wants someone that she could be equally yoked with this Queen of Gabrielle, like somebody that she could have love with, that genuinely wants to be with her, and that wants to build a life. Okay, she feels like she deserves that, and Ancestors is urging her to, because she does deserve a new beginning and someone who wants the same thing that she wants. They're urging her to. Truly, it says you can do anything right now. Go after what you want, So I'm looking at this 10 of Ariel. Imagine she's like, we need an old women's society where there's no men around. I don't know, but she wants that happiness, that wish fulfillment, that happily ever after. I think this card says, what does it say? Early retirement. There is so much to be grateful for: financial success and the promise of retirement. Yeah, a rich and rewarding family life. So that's what it's all about for her: a rich and rewarding family life. We got the 10 of Cups with the Page of Cups. Like, this is all about her happiness, her wish fulfillment, and going towards new possibilities, open herself up to new things, and really finding a partner to build with. Okay, she wants her happily ever after. So that's really, really beautiful. Okay, so what else did I want to look into that I looked into? Her brother. Sorry, y'all, because I'm like, it sucks that I had to start it over and I don't have everything, but I'm trying to remember as much as possible of what we went into. So her brother, that was also something that came up, where it seemed like they didn't have a great relationship, where they seemed to sort of not be seeing eye to eye right now. So let's go into that and see more about what I was seeing there. So tell me again, guys, how they were feeling towards each other. We started off with the childhood, and basically what came up was that she kind of got to procrastinate and enjoy her life, and sort of hang out and chill, and things like that. And he felt like he was always stuck having to be with her and always having to do things together with her, and all of that stuff. Their mom might have possibly been busy, or always doing things, but she put a lot of focus on Billie, and I think that was something that bothered him. So tell me again, how did he feel about Billie as a child? How did the brother feel about Billie as a child? How did the brother feel about Billie as a child? We have Grill Master in reverse, professional binge watcher in reverse. Yeah, like always stuck with her, always having to watch her, always having to do things with her. I'm seeing social media junkie in reverse, would much rather be hanging out, be outside, doing something else, like he just felt like he always had to share with her, share the spotlight with her, share things with her, do things for her. He never really had anything for his own and for himself. He never really had the alone time. I think that he, it's a little bit about not wanting to work together with her, not always wanting to be around her or spend time with her. Okay, so that's what I got for as far as he felt with her. I think he also felt like she, from what I saw the last time I read, it was like she possibly was the golden child, and the attention could be a lot on her, and he felt like that he always had to work for the attention that he got. He always had to work to fight for their parents' attention, and he didn't just get it naturally like how she did. He had to actually be out doing some hard work. She got to procrastinate and enjoy her life and spend time and have fun and just hang out and chill out. and lollygag and do whatever she wanted to do. Meanwhile, he was like actually trying to be successful and build a career and do all of this stuff, but he didn't get the backing. He felt like his mom and his family wasn't putting the effort into him being successful and having the career that he felt like he deserved and he could have. So now he feels like she's a little bit ungrateful and he don't even get the recognition that he deserves when it comes to her career. So how she feels towards him, I'm seeing Zoom meeting survivor in reverse. It's like, yeah, she feels like sometimes he could be very, very stubborn, hard to work with. Deadline surfer in reverse. It's like she feels like he could just be a little bit overbearing. Like she can never really tell what's going on with him emotionally. He's always, holding her up to a high standard and a high expectation. Every little thing bothers him and possibly could be like an issue or a mistake for him. She feels like he also wants her to play by his rules and do things according to what he say, as opposed to her doing what she want to do. Social battery drained. Like he's, draining her. Always got her overworking. But it's so funny because that's how he feel about her too. He like, you draining me because I'm doing all the work and I don't get no accolades. Yeah, I'm losing sleep behind you. And she's like, well, I'm losing sleep too, and I don't want to be losing sleep. Okay, I don't want to be losing sleep behind all of this work this overworking that you want to have me doing. And he's like, well, I don't want to be overworking either, but you're still doing it. And she's already made it clear that that's not even what she wants for herself. So they're both kind of miserable in the energy towards each other, and they're definitely going through a rough patch with each other right now. He feels some type of way about the fact that she doesn't give him the recognition, the rewards, the accolades, the acknowledgement, whatever it is that he want the attention to be all on him, and for people to be like, oh brother, you're so amazing and perfect, thank you for everything that you do and everything that you help me do. And so she's just like, bro, he's always overworking me, and he's overdoing it, and he's honestly kind of gaslighting me, and because I don't even want to be doing all this. So I don't even know why he's acting like I'm the one that's being annoying or not trying to play by the rules or do what he say. It's like, no, I get to live my life and do what I want. I don't have to do exactly what it is that you say. So they're definitely not seeing eye to eye, and he's feeling some type of way towards her right now. So yeah, y'all, that's what I got about the childhood, and versus now. Like there's a lot of little animosity towards each other and feeling like they both they're kind of annoyed with each other. So tell me more about currently how he's overworking her. How else is she feeling towards him? How else is Billie feeling towards her brother? Like she feel like she's taking on too much. She's overworked. Like they're acting like they're both so overworked in the situation, and she's ready to go a whole different direction with the human GPS in reverse. She's not trying to listen to him and do exactly what he say and be controlled by him. Yeah, she's not allowing herself to be told what to do and siphoned off of. It's like, no, if you want a career, go have your own career. Go do it yourself if that's what you want. Go do what makes you happy. But you're not gonna feed off of me and live vicariously through me. And what do he have to say? He got a lot of negative thoughts towards her deep down below. He's not saying it, but he's having a lot of dark thoughts and negative thoughts towards her. Okay, because he's jealous. Yeah, overwhelmed mom in reverse. It's again about the opportunities that he was afforded that she wasn't. He's still carrying a lot of burdens and unhealed wounds from when they was kids, and I feel like I always had to watch you, or everything was about you, or this, that, and the third. It's like all about her being in the spotlight and being who she is, and him not having that, and him feeling some type of way and still carrying those burdens ever since they was young. All right, and he's carried those dark thoughts with him till now, and that is a problem. He should have let that go a long time ago, because now he's in the energy of wanting to, feeling overworked and feeling underappreciated, but then he won't stop. Because he feel like he's living through her now, because his career didn't work out. He's at the point where he's like, no, you have to do this. You have to make this work, because if not, then what's the point of me doing everything that I'm doing? So that's crazy. So tell me more about, her brother's truest intentions and things like that, and what it is that he really feels his truest intentions for Billie and her career, and what it is that he wants to do. Because I'm telling y'all, he feel like she got to keep it up. He don't feel like she should stop anytime soon. I'm seeing gossip in reverse. He don't want to hear nothing she got to say. Like he's like, it's not a discussion. He doesn't even feel like it's a topic to discuss. He just needs to keep working. All right, keep working. So what is his truest intentions towards her? Yeah, perspective sideways. He don't want to hear what her perspective on things. He's not trying to hear what you gotta say. He like, I'm still leveraging you. I still need you to keep working. I still need you to, do everything that you need to do. Like, you're still a money machine. You're still a money maker. There's still a lot to be made off of you. Okay. The last reading, when I asked how he feel about her, impulse buyer came out. So he see her and he see dollar signs. He see them price tags. He know what her value is worth, and he's trying to make sure that he keeps that good. So, he's trying to reconnect with her and get back on the same page with her so that he can continue to exploit her and leverage, her career and be in the middle. Yeah, with Meddler. I may step in and try to influence or control your life. I'm certain I know best. That's why, only reason why he's trying to get back around her. They're not seeing eye to eye, and that's why they're not speaking, but he's not willing to hear her out and hear her perspective. So that's what the issue is. Give me one more on his truest intentions. Status is all about his social standing. Okay, it says social standing is very important to me. I'm only interested when you're elevating my image, and that is 100% fact. He is only interested in Billie when she is elevating his image. Okay, so yeah. What's her truest intentions as far as him then? What is her truest intentions? Because I got in the last reading that she's just trying to keep the peace. I'm seeing deceit sideways and give. She's trying to figure out whether or not she could trust him. That also came out when I recorded the first time. She's kind of in the background waiting because he came out as the mansplainer. He likes to yell and be aggressive and mansplain to her and tell her exactly what it is that she need to do, when it comes to her gifts and all that. And he's like, well, I'm helping and I'm doing this and I'm providing all of that, yada, yada, yada. I'm doing all of that. And I'm, she's trying to see, like, is he truly deceiving her, or is he doing these things for her from the heart? Does he truly want to see her be happy? Does he have her best interest at heart? Like, she's kind of up in the air questioning that. More about her true intentions. Regret. It says, I'm disappointed with how things went between us, and I wish I could change the past, because she doesn't want any kind of issues with her brother. Like, she doesn't want them being unfriendly towards each other. She loves her brother, of course. She doesn't want beef. She want to keep the peace, but at the same time, she know that she has to keep her guard up, okay? Because he's been hostile towards her in the past, and she's been hostile towards him in the past. They both, it's typical brother sister thing, but they've had their issues. All right, but she's trying to figure out, like, can she trust him? It says, I'm in a bind and don't know what to do. I may be acting irrationally, but desperate. So, she might be going through something and feel like she needs him, and it could be something involved in her career and her not wanting to be exploited. I am seeing big favor at the bottom of the deck, so she might need a favor from him when it comes to making sure that she make the right decision, and she don't want to make a wrong move. So she's like, hey, before I act irrationally, let me consult my brother about this. But she's hoping that she can trust him, because she feels like she needs him in order to make the right decisions, right? But it's like, for some reason, he has this hidden animosity to her confirmation, but I don't understand why. She wants to keep the peace. She wants his help. She wants his advice when it comes to making the right decisions. But I think the hidden animosity comes from the fact that he's living through her life. Her career is because he didn't get to have it. It's like, all right, well, I'm putting you on the map and I'm doing all this for you, but you just wanna find a wife and go off and ride off into the sunset with your children and your grandchildren. Like, why do you not care about this the way that I want you to care about it? But it's like, no, that's your dream, buddy, not hers. So let me just shuffle it this way. So that's where the issue is coming in, is that they're not on the same page about what each other wants when it comes to life. I'm seeing love spell. What about this love spell? Awakening, priest, community, and starseed. Yeah, he's just like, why don't you want this? He's just like, why don't you want this? Like, you're literally, this should be your wish come true, your dream come true, but it's not. It's his dream come true. It's the priest's dream come true to be a starseed and be seen in the community and have those accolades. That's not his dream come true. I mean, that's not Billie Eilish's dream come true. That's her brother's dream come true. So he feels some type of way, but she's like, that's not, she's awakening to the fact that that's not her priority. She's awakening to the fact that, she wants to prioritize love and happiness and finding, a union. Y'all should have seen, false narrative. It's like she wants him to live his life for him and her live her life for her. We got animosity, travel, and false narrative. It's like he's upset that she wants to move on and move forward, that she's growing and evolving, and that she's not willing to listen to him anymore, that she don't want that. Okay, like, that's really, really bothering him, that she cares more about her divinity and, making certain things, making better decisions and changing things and going after her cards and what she want to see for her life and turning things in her favor instead of holding herself back by playing somebody else's hand. She's like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. Okay, she's like, I want to go after what I want with this ritual here. But again, you have this this karmic masculine, right? Her brother that's in the background that's saying that, this is something that he's always dreamed of, right? That's something from his past, something that he's always wanted. But for some reason, it's like he's trying to have her do it for him. It's because he feel like he can't do it. And it's weird. It's like he's really trying to fulfill out a childhood dream of his with her. And she's like, no, I have love on the brain. I'm worried about faith and my divinity and, finding a family and having genuine love. Like, these are things that she cares about ascending. And, he's like, you know what? If you don't want to, yeah, she want to find her soulmate. Okay, she don't care about her making any unhealthy choices anymore. She want to make the best decision for her. She want to prioritize her mental health, her happiness. All right, find somebody to spend the rest of her life with. Okay, and build a family with and get her happily ever after with this courthouse. She feel like that would be the fairness, that would be the good thing that comes out of it. Meanwhile, you got this brother in the background that's like, no, he is going to manipulate his way into stopping this. He's going to manipulate his way into stopping her from moving forward and riding off into the sunset. He like, no, you do not just get to ride off into the sunset and ascend. It's like he wants to steal that with Thief coming out behind ascending. He wants to manipulate and steal her ascension. He doesn't want that to happen because he feel like he takes a hand in her talent and her gifts, and she needs to continue to do that, okay? And I'm seeing distant future in divine masculine and relationship, so and divine feminine. So, like I said, she's worried about being in a partnership and having a relationship, and he's worried about living through her. It's giving destiny swap. Like, what are you doing? It's like he's trying to pretty much become a divine masculine by forcing her to be this divine feminine in this certain type of way. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like you can't go from being karmic to being divine by doing it, by living through your sister. Like, it's not gonna happen. He has to go ahead and go after his own shit. It's like he's whatever. Oh, he is upset with conflict coming out here. He's like, whatever choices that you make, this is gonna result in karma for you. All right, because you can't sever this deal. You can't. It's not easy to just get out of this agreement. Okay, so whatever deal she's made, with her music in this industry, he's basically saying he's not gonna let her get out of it easy. That he's gonna try to milk her and cause her to do whatever it is that she needs to do to force her to continue. All right, he's definitely gonna try to create some sort of arguments with her and problems to force her to continue staying in whatever contract that she's currently in right now. But the ancestors are saying that she's not that he's not going to be able to successfully do what he want to do. I told you it's giving destiny swap. I can't make it up. Ancestors, Ice King, transition, evil eye, and rising star and karmic feminine. It's like he feel like if you the ancestors say that is the truth, you can trust that because he's going cold and going bitter on her. All right, and he wants to see some, he don't want to see nothing good for her. He wants to see endings for her. He wants to pretty much swap and transition with her at this point because she don't want to be the rising star. He like, so you know what? He's very jealous. He has a lot of animosity towards her, and he don't want to see her where she's at no more. At this point, he'd rather swap with her. And I have a feeling that this is advice that he's being given. You got somebody else that's real bitter and cold that's saying, listen, if she don't want to do it, then I'll have these two swap. We'll make her the karmic and put him in the spot and make him the rising star. All right, and ancestors is definitely watching this in the background. They're not gonna let it happen. I can't make it up with jealousy and envy, Earth Angel. It's a lot of jealousy and envy towards this Earth Angel and wanting her to be mentally and emotionally unstable because she's going towards her divinity and her purpose. Okay, and whoever this intuitive Kev is, this know-it-all, all right, that's what this is giving me. This person was know-it-all who's like, you need to do what I say, I know better, that got all of this jealousy and envy towards her. And I don't think it's just her brother. I think it's somebody else who is offering bad advice to the brother too, saying, hey, I think that you should do this. So, Lord jeez, this is messed up, y'all, but I'm gonna leave it right here. I ain't gonna go too much deeper into this, but I know that the ancestors is definitely watching and they have a hand in this situation and how it turns out. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the relationship between her and her brother right there. Let's just lastly see any other tea that we can find out about the outcome when it comes to her music career. Because like I said, she's focusing on ahead towards the future. So she's focusing on starting over, finding a partner. She want to fall in love, okay, so that she can get married and go right off into the sunset somewhere. So let's just get the outcome. Let's just go ahead and get the outcome here. impersonator, jackpot, love on the brain, and rejected. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those things where she is going to be getting some backlash, okay, from her family because she's going to be prioritizing what it is that makes her happy. Okay, but she's got this copycat in the background. Her brother, unfortunately, it says wants to be like you, acts like, dress like, looks like, copies you. That think that they're gonna be hitting the jackpot because she don't want to, they think that they're hitting the jackpot because they somehow have convinced her to not even want to have her career anymore. Whole time, that's not something that she ever dreamed and fantasized about anyway. Yeah, like this is he's gonna be so freaking childish here with the child services coming out, and then we got kissing ass and cock blocking. It's like nah, now all of a sudden he gonna want to be around her and want to be in her face, and be a part of her new life once she moves forward. He gonna be feeling like he's the one, So I guess he'll get what he wants out of the situation. But it's like this is what I say about destiny swapping. Like people be thinking that they get on what they want and they're not, because that's not what that girl care about at all. Yeah, groupie in reverse. Listen, he probably won't even have the fan base in the career that it is that he's looking for. I'm seeing stalker in reverse. Like that girl do not care. She's moving forward with her life. She's not watching, waiting to see anything that he got going on. She's moving on to live her life, and her brother's gonna be in the background thinking, "Yeah, I hit the jackpot because now my sister doesn't even care about her career and she don't even want it." And it's like, no, that's foolish because that's never even what she wanted. She's gonna get her real happiness. She's gonna get what she actually wanted. So whatever. I guess he will feel like he got something in the end due to the fact that she's not gonna care. I'm seeing quarter case coming out in reverse. So yeah, she's not making any bad decisions in the future. She's gonna be focusing on her health, making good choices, doing what makes her happy. She really wants a partner that makes life easier, makes life enjoyable, makes life fun. And when she was making that music anyway, Ocean Eyes is a song that the brother wrote. Like I said, that's his life and what he want. Like if she gonna be making music or doing anything, it's gonna be talking about what she want to talk about. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing Haunted in reverse. Like she's not trying to go back to her past. Okay, she don't want nothing from her past. She don't want. She's moving forward. She's evolving. I'm seeing that she's getting her mental health together, and she's really going to be prioritizing her happiness and her enjoyment and really being at peace and living the most healed, peaceful life that she can. I'm seeing fake smiles and wants you back. Listen, I told you her brother gonna be wanting to kiss her ass then and wanting to come back around her. It's gonna be a lot of people that didn't treat her right. That's gonna want to that she gonna feel like this played out. That's gonna want to come back around her, offering this fake smile, saying they want to be back in her life. That goes for friends and family. And she's gonna be like, no, I have no interest. I'm focusing on my future, and that's gonna be her wish fulfillment, her happiness, and her love. I'm pretty sure. Like I don't see her really focusing on being back around those people who didn't treat her well, especially not her brother. So even if there's family who might want her around and want her back around, if she didn't treat them right, then she's not gonna want to be pretending. She's like, listen, I'm not going back towards my past at all. I am moving forward. All that shit is played out, having to pretend, having to put on a fake smile because this don't bring me happiness. This don't bring me wish fulfillment. I don't like being perceived. I don't like being in the media. I don't like a bunch of different people looking at me. Like all that came out. She's not into that stuff. She really would much rather just be to herself. And it was great that her music popped off, but it's not her dream. Okay, so yeah, I think that the Tower in reverse. She's avoiding drama. She's avoiding chaos. She don't want her finances being controlled with this Page of Pentacles. She don't want anyone else manipulating her. Not even her brother. With this Knight of Wands in reverse. Like she's not trying to do anything passionate and create anything new when it comes to anything when it comes to music. Like she's comfortable. She wants to protect herself, and stay away from and avoid any kind of disaster. Like she don't need the friendships and the partnerships and whatever the case may be. It's like she's staying away from stuff that she know is not protecting her. Like she's protecting her mental health, her happiness, her joy, her peace, all that stuff. Like you literally see how this woman is. She got the gun, she wrapped up in a blanket, and what's behind her? A beach. So she's keeping everything clear and happy for herself, and she's not wasting any time allowing destruction and chaos to come after her. Like I'm looking at this this button, and it's like, you push the big red button, and then boom, everything blows up. And she about to push the big red button, and once she pushed that big red button, she don't care who it pisses off with this seven of cups. She don't care who she lose. She don't care who's mad about it. She is doing what she want to do for herself. She don't care. She don't care. She don't care. She don't care. She don't care if that's a big problem for other people. If other people feel like that wasn't cool. If that stirs up problems for other people, it doesn't matter. Okay, like, she's extra. Read all about it. Like, you're just gonna have to sit back and watch while she go after the life that she lived, because she's not doing anything that don't make her happy. She's not making any impulsive. Well, she is kind of making impulsive decisions, but she's not doing anything that anyone else wants her to do. All right, so I think that was everything that I covered in the last video, y'all. I really, really hope that I didn't miss anything. I hate having to re-record videos and stuff, because it's like you never really always remember everything. But I hope I covered everything. I think that she's not an industry plant. She grew up, being afforded a lot of great opportunities to go out and, explore what it is that she wanted to do with her life and her different passions. And she just so happened to blow up, and, she had a lot of support from her family, and she carries that chip on her shoulder as far as making them happy and fulfilling what they want to do. But deep down inside, she goes through a lot of emotions. She's not really happy with her career. She don't like, that's something I forgot. She don't like seeing what a lot of people say about her online. She doesn't like being perceived. She don't like being judged. She don't like people talking about her. So it affects her, negatively. And she sometimes takes it harshly, and, even though she shouldn't be taking it personally, she internalizes it. And it makes her sad sometimes. So I think she's at the point where she really just wants to find something new for herself, start over, move on with her life and evolve to something new. Like, yeah, she definitely animosity. She definitely do be carrying animosity sometimes towards how people have treated her in the past. So yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Hopefully it did. That's what I have for Billie Eilish and, her career and some future predictions. I think that she's going to be focusing on finding her a lover and living on her best life and building her a beautiful family and focusing on her legacy, So, that's what I forgot. See, I knew it. I knew I was forgetting something. The last thing that I wanted to talk about was why she went to Dublin, Ireland, and that moment that she had on stage. What I got pretty much, you guys, from looking at those cards is that she wanted to reconnect with her ancestors, and that's what that was for her. Okay, so whereas we may be thinking that that was a moment where she was just being what's the word, RAC, that word. I don't think that was the case at all. It was more of a situation of when she got there, she had a certain part of her that was reinvigorated. All right, that's what I got. It was like she gained a fresh outlook. She connected with her ancestors. She felt her ancestors' presence when she went to Dublin, and that's why she said, it was weird for her being around people like that, because she started to feel different. She actually started to get some emotional healing and started to, feel better about herself and put an end to some of that negative energy, and those negative thoughts and all of that sorrow and pain that she goes through. And I think that was a shock to her. She didn't know that she was going to experience that beautiful moment and that healing when she got there. But that's definitely what happened. As a result of her going to Ireland, she was able to, yeah, it's like she got this newfound peace, okay, that she was missing. All right, she was feeling out of whack and out of balance, okay, with this justice and hierophant in reverse, and she found a deeper purpose there. She found something deeper to believe in, something a new reason to keep going and keep pushing, okay, to keep protecting herself with the Seven of Swords and not be afraid and keep going. And it also made her want to take more control with this King of Swords in reverse and stop allowing herself to be mistreated and be lied to and be manipulated. It's like she, certain things, a lot of things that was hidden came to light for her, okay, about how she wasn't actually protecting herself and how she needed to do so. Yeah, she never wanted to leave with this Eight of Wands coming out in reverse. If she could, she would stay there forever and live out the rest of her days there, okay? There's a certain peace, and she was, that she gets from there. You see how this person is kind of like tuning out all the noise? Yeah, she was finally able to just tune out all the noise and just be with herself and be at one with herself. And it just felt good. It felt like she was sharing her music for the purpose of music. And she, it didn't feel like she was doing this for anyone else's agenda or making somebody's money. Like, there was a certain possessiveness that she feels about Ireland, and it was beautiful to be there and be back in that energy, and feel like herself again. And I feel like, she was literally possessed. Literally, she got possessed when she was there in a beautiful, beautiful way, and it caused her to become reinvigorated and get that spark again. I'm looking at this page of cups, and it's like, when life gives you lemon, what do? You make lemonade. So that's what that did for her. It was like a a new source of inspiration, and it really, really wanted her to truly get her new beginning. This is when she for sure decided that she no longer wanted to hold herself back anymore. Going to Ireland with this Two of Pentacles, she was like, listen, I got to make a choice. Confirmation. And that choice was to stop holding herself back with this Page of Pentacles and Fool in reverse, and actually surrender and release to her new beginning and what it is that she wants to create for herself. So that is why she went to Ireland. And I don't think that it was, when she said the statement that she made, it wasn't motivated by RACE, or skin color or anything of the sort. It was motivated by the fact of, I'm around my ancestors. I don't even think she was talking to the people in the crowd. She was literally speaking out to her like that. Like, she was seeing something different. That was like a preacher boy moment when he was singing, and then all of the different griots and ancestors previous came alive, and you could feel their energy. Yeah, she got possessed, and she felt a different experience when she went out there. And so I think that's what that was about. So now I think I covered everything with Billie Eilish, and I hope that you guys enjoyed. I love you guys, and I will see y'all later.